Hi, my name is Akeam Francis, the leader of the Smile Gang, also known as the Calgary Helper. You've probably seen me on the internet, everything from Sassy Baka to Amurazi, to even playing with my teeth. So today I'm here to talk to you a little bit about myself. I would like to start off by saying I'm just very grateful for everybody that has met me, that has been able to share a smile with me, share a laugh with me, conversate with me. I'm very blessed to be in a position where I just feel good about the life that I'm living. When I turned 18 years old, I moved out working with this gentleman that had multiple houses and multiple businesses, and I was one of his helpers. He was able to keep me afloat by giving me a place for, essentially I'd work off the rent. He would give me cash for my own personal needs, and things happened. I ended up getting an insurance claim for $30,000. And I told him, hey, I want to go back to school, I want to start a business, and I want to buy my own house. Can you help me get there? And yeah, sure enough, he tells me all these things that I need to do. And one of them is take the money out of my bank account, because banks with their fees and also with taxes, he's like really scared me at this point. Keep in mind, he's been a mentor / father figure for over 3 years at this point. And I tell him I want to do these things, and he tells me to take it out, put it in a safe, yada yada. So I ended up taking the money out, putting it in the safe, telling him, hey, I just did exactly what you wanted me to do. And sure enough, maybe like 2-3 days later, he's at my house at like 2 a.m. in the morning. I remember I was so weirded out seeing him at my door, but he's also my landlord, so I didn't think anything of it. I opened the door, and because I'm in the basement suite, he like pushes the door open after I unlock it, pushes the door open, and I just fall all the way downstairs, smack my head on the freaking concrete floor there. And all I remember when I'm looking up is him grabbing me by my cuff of my shirt and seeing 2 other gentlemen walking in, and they start just taking everything, like my TVs, my computers. I had a lot of equipment. I've been working there for about 3 years, and I had a settlement, so I had a lot of great stuff. And sure enough, he came in, took everything. I remember a point where I got up and I ran away to run in my room, and then he grabbed me, and I'm bleeding all over the place. It was the most scariest moment in my life, because I didn't know if I was gonna die. I literally didn't know if I was gonna survive. And there was a point where he was hitting me with, I believe it's like a flashlight, like a really big flashlight. He's beating me, and I lost consciousness, and I woke up and I'm in the alley. So I get up, I run out, run from the back of the alley, realize that I'm just on this road that's next to a 7-Eleven. I just ran there, called the police. The police came. I guess they arrested him. But ever since that, nothing came from it, right? The one person that was my mentor after the situation explained to me that the guy that I was working for was a very dangerous person. And if I was to try to take him to court or anything, it wouldn't just be my life, but my family's life would be at risk as well. So I stayed away from him. I realized that I needed to change something in my life, because I felt so broken, I felt so worthless, and I had to start all over again. And I didn't know how to. I remember being back at my mother's house in this basement, and I swear I'm like crying, and I'm like broken down, and I get a call from one of my best friends that actually moved to go to college, and I tell her the story, and she just reassures me. She's like, hey, it's all I hear is that he stole everything but your smile. You still have your smile, right? And that not only gave me a smile on my face, but it like reassured me. It made me feel warm again that, hey, this one bad situation doesn't need to mark me for the rest of my life. So I freaking pulled up I just got to work, you know, my bootstraps is what they said. And I know that I was just very out there. Like I didn't know what to do. I started working with my mom and her friends doing like odd jobs around the house, such as like gardening and painting. And then I went to Facebook and just offered my services if anybody needed any help. Now with that, a lot of people desperately needed help, and a lot of people just wanted to pay too because they felt what I was doing was nice. So I was able to do a lot of odd jobs and was able to save up to buy a truck. And I remember the first day I got this truck, I posted, hey, if anybody needed any help with deliveries or moving. And that's when that's when my inboxes was filled with requests and people needing help and people also wanting to help as well. And I remember I was doing everything, doing dishes, dressing up as Spider-Man for kids' birthday parties. I remember even a lady asked me if I could go into this bird nest and steal a bird for her. She wanted me to steal a baby magpie, and she said that the city said it was okay and that she just needed someone to do it. I didn't want to do it, so I said no. But there was also really very, very relaxed jobs. I think one of the most easiest job that I ever had to do, but it was a little sketchy, is an older lady called me saying one of her attic door is not shutting properly and she needs some help with it. So I remember driving down to her place, and she had this ladder set up in the garage, and there was this little opening for the attic, and she just said she wanted me to go up the ladder and see if there was anything in there. So I poked my head up and I just looked around. I'm like, no, there's nothing in there. And she's like, can you go to the back? And I was so sure that if I got up there, she would just lock the door or something, lock me in there. It was a little scary at that moment. But I looked around, I realized like what she thought is that there was something in that room. But I assured her that there wasn't, and then I closed the door for her, and that was it. That was the simplest job that I ever had to do. And then from there was other people that had like small businesses that needed help with little things. And I was just that person to be there. And from there, I've been on the news. Like I've been in the Metro paper, been on global news. And that's when things really started to grow for me. I'm getting not just hundreds of requests, but now thousands of requests. And it made me see like, wow, a lot of people in Calgary just need help. And it's not like they need help, but they just need help. You know what I'm saying? So I eventually started hitting up as much as people as I can. Like I remember just meeting up with a bunch of people, asking them to come help and to help move and clean up. There was a gentleman, his mom actually passed away, and she was a hoarder. She had tons of stuff hoarded in the house, and he had no way to get it done.
My mom passed away last month. She was a hoarder, to say the least. I'm doing my best to clean up. I'm just inundated with stuff. There's too much to do, too much to deal with. But all of this stuff needs a home. It needs somewhere to go, but I need help. I can't quite do it on my own anymore. I'm sure you're gonna see the pictures. I don't know anymore. There's so much stuff. There's just so much stuff.
So he actually called me up, and then I ended up reaching out to people on the social media account on Facebook, just saying, hey, we're gonna be needing some helpers. And I remember there was over 17 volunteers to come to a random person's house just to help them clean up. And I thought that was very impacting to see not just me doing this, but other people in the community, they want to be helping. And with that, I get a call from a pastor from a church saying, hey, we really like what you're doing. We want to be a part of your Smile mission. We had a meeting, we sat down. Turns out they have a 5-bay garage where they're not utilizing essentially to their fullest potential. And the pastor was like, hey, if you would like to keep, some of your items that you're going to be finding homes for. So essentially, people would be donating couches or saying, hey, I'm moving, I need to get rid of this couch that's in really good shape. Can you help me find a family? Because I only have a little truck, I couldn't just keep the couch strapped in my truck. So eventually I would just go and drop it off at the garage there and then repurpose it, find a family. Now, with me going around the city, a lot of families were giving me their hand-me-downs, giving me their older clothes. Again, keep in mind, this is really, really great stuff. They just didn't want to give it to another place that was gonna end up selling it. So they were giving it to me, and we're setting it up in this beautiful garage here. And next thing you know, this garage turned into like a little mini value village. Like everything set up from tables to racks. And because of the volunteers from the church and from the Smile Gang, we were able to organize everything, all the donations that we'd get from baby clothes to toddlers, to men's, to women's, from pants to shirts, and all the other little knickknacks as well. We really organized this place, and it just looks so phenomenal. We had a system where we'd have 15 people will come in for 15 minutes because there is such a big line. We would have them circle around, take what they want, and after the 15 minutes, they would go out. Now, we would have everything going on in this little 2 hours at a garage where people were getting food, people were getting free clothes, and that is, we really grew something humongous, I would feel, where we're getting an average of 150 families. And when I say families, I mean not each individual person. We said family because if you came with 1 or 2 people or with 4 or 5 people, we'll just consider you in one family. And that's 150 of people, like of those people. So 2 to 5 people. So that number is probably over like 500 every Saturday. Now, because of COVID, I had to stop doing the Smile Shop. I had to stop doing the Smile Gang. And honestly, I just had all this energy. I didn't know where to put it. I got reached out to by one of my good friends. He's like, hey, I've recently downloaded TikTok. TikTok is a fun app. You should try it out. So I'm like, okay, I'll check it out. And as I'm getting to know TikTok, I'm actually really enjoying it. I'm realizing TikTok is like the social media, it's like the playground of social media. You could see somebody doing something that you like, and then you could take the sound and copy them, or you could like duet it and be a part of that. And I just felt like this is just phenomenal. I eventually started calling TikTok TV you could talk to. And I realized like I want to be somebody you can talk to. So I was making my content knowing that I want people to feel loved, people to feel special. And I also wanted to kind of combine, like I wanted to reintroduce the Smile mission again.
I'm on a mission to make 1 million people smile. So I'm hoping that you can either do a duet with me or share it. Please, 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 please. This would be so crazy if we could make 1 million people smile.
So that's where me just making people smile kind of like fed into. And the fact that we were able, like I was able to grow my social media I was able to grow it in a very short amount of time, just due to the fact that I was having so much fun. I was putting my all into these videos and going lives and just making sure people knew who I was or who I am, and that And that, it really started to grow as well, where I'm having fun in my TikTok lives, meeting new people, and people are asking me to do stuff and I'm doing them. And one of the requests was, can you say Sussy Baka? So I screamed out Sussy Baka.
Why do you gotta be such a sussy baka?
And someone was recording that video, that little segment, and they posted that on their TikTok account. They didn't even tag me or anything. But that video had millions of views and I was jealous because my account didn't even have 1 million followers, let alone a video that had 1 million views. So I'm like very upset, also very excited at the same time, but more upset because this should be on my page. Now, I remember being so obsessive and messaging absolutely everybody on the comments, replying to their comments, letting them know that it's me. And sure enough, my TikTok started to grow and grow and grow. And basically by the time I looked away and looked back, I was at 1 million followers. And it's because of what I've done with the Sussy Baka, turning that into another character called Baka Burger and then Baka Cop, and making skits with Baka Cop or Baka Burger. It's just doing everything we can to keep you smiling. A lot of Sussy Baka shout out videos. That eventually led into me doing more skits and me being more active on live. And I started a character named Rozzy, which is more of a scary character. And I found that a lot of people did really like the drama that Rozzy created.
No. No. Guys, I need you to spam Rozzy chill, Rozzy chill, Rozzy chill, Rozzy chill. No, Rozzy don't chill.
Because the idea is Rozzy is a prank. He just kind of comes out of nowhere when I'm acting normal. And if you ever see those videos, you would say, oh my gosh. But so Rozzy became just a prank, but someone also screen recorded that. And that video was blowing up for like crazy over on Instagram now. So I'm getting, like, people know me, but for two different things. They know me as either Sussy Baka or for Rozzy. And I'm like, okay, I'm still feeding into it and I'm still growing my accounts until I hit about 3 million followers. And I'm like, okay, now I have a following, but I'm doing content that I'm not really passionate about anymore. I was doing it because I needed to, because of COVID. I needed to exert my energy and have fun because I wasn't able to go anywhere. But now COVID's over and you know, life is now active again. So it took me a while for me to realize that what I wanted to do moving forward is a combination of both the Smile Gang and the Smile Shop and what I've been doing on social media. And basically using the fact that I can build a community and work with the community, and then the fact that I can have people being aware and going viral essentially. I want to combine the both of those. And with that, I don't know exactly where it's going to go moving forward, but I just have such a strong urge to do it because I know it's going to make me feel amazing. I know people that are going to watch the content and the stuff that we do produce, they're going to feel some type of way about it as well. And with me just talking right now, it's kind of like freeing up my past so I can just say, hey, this is what I used to do. And now you guys can follow me on what I'm going to be doing. Just know that I always wanted to be here. I always wanted this. And now I'm able to do this. I want to do more of it. And I want you guys to be along for the ride. So I want to thank you guys for watching this video. I want to thank you guys for liking and commenting and being a part of this mission. And I want you guys to continue to watch me as I'm now on a verge where I don't really know. I'm on a voyage where I don't know where I'm going to end up, but I do know with the people that I'm involving myself with, the great people that I've been able to connect with, I know it's going to go far, and I know it's going to be very meaningful for a lot of people in this world. So I just want to say thank you for this. Thank you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to make you smile. Hey, thank you guys so much for watching my documentary. And I am really sorry that I haven't been posting much on Dr. Hart. But with the new style of content that we're creating on AFE Studios, I'm sure you're gonna wanna see more about me, my life, my stories, my community, and what makes other people smile. So, if this is interesting to you, and I'm a little bit of a funny guy, come check us out.